everybody. Welcome to the live stream here on the Stoney Ridge Farm today. Hope everybody's doing well. Big shout out to Land Shark. I guess you can see the stickers here. Hope everybody's doing well. If you see me touching the screen, it's because I can't see your live chat. So welcome to the live stream today, guys. Lots been going on here on the farm today and over the last few days. Got some cool videos coming out this weekend. Hope you guys are all doing really well. Behind us is a Caterpillar 953C. My good buddy Frank has been out here working. We're going to take a little walk around here in just a few minutes. So guys, if you're just coming in here and you're not getting your notifications, if you're catching this after the fact, turn those notifications on. And if you're not subscribed to Stoney Ridge Farm channel, please jump in here and subscribe. It's a good time. Lots of stuff going on. Pound the like button as you come in the door. That's really helpful to the YouTube channel. Let me pull you in a little closer so I can start reading some of these chats. Hello, everybody. Hey, John. Jeannie. Jeannie, I hope. Shannon. Ken, good to see you. Everybody. Scott, hello from Indianapolis. Hope everybody's doing well. Stressful times in our country right now, man. Really, my heart goes out to all you folks that are dealing with some stressful times right now. We're still building the farm, and we're not going to harp on that, okay? That's not my thing. I've got my own opinions and my own political opinions, and I try not to mix that in with what's going on here on the farm. I think, how did I say it before? I don't want to mix my poultry and my politics. So, hope everybody's doing well. The sun is starting to set here in beautiful Appalachia. That's what we call it here. People that don't live here call it Appalachia. We're Appalachian folk. Do you see rabbits where you are? Yeah. So what the part of land that we're clearing right now, my loader guy, his name is Frank. He said that he's seen no snakes and tons of rabbits and deer and turkeys. So yeah, got a lot of rabbits around. So just so you guys know, over the next few days on the YouTube channel, I've got several videos coming out. We're going to keep you guys updated. I want to try to do either a daily or every other day vlog on what's going on with this land clearing project that we have going right now. I knew it was coming. We've got about a 22-acre section of land. Frank thinks it's bigger than 22 acres, but we've got about a 22-acre section of land that we're going to be clearing off. And what we're doing, about 3 years ago, we cut timber on this section of land, and we're taking the money. I'm going to make deer hunting videos. We're taking the money that we made from our timber sale, and we're putting it back into the land, and that's what it's all about. So we're on a 100-year plan here, man. We're on a 100-year plan. Eventually, we'll have little bitty stony ridges running around here and playing in the creek, and it's going to be a good time. So hopefully, you guys, if you're not subscribed, please jump in and subscribe. It's awesome to have you here. So shout out to Ventrac. Thanks for sending the shirt, man. Thanks, guys. Aaron and Isaac over at Ventrac, thank you so much for sending the shirt. Guys, if you don't know, if you haven't been here long, we have a Ventrac tractor. We enjoy it. We use it. I use it on the farm all the time. And we ended up buying it. So we had a lease on the tractor, and we ended up just going ahead and buying that tractor. It's a great little machine for doing estate management type stuff. And you've got to do that. You've got to keep lawns cared for, and different places on the farm have to be kept up. So it's good to have the right equipment to do that. Neighbors going by right now, they're going to think I'm crazy because I'm standing here talking to a tripod. There goes my neighbor. I have one neighbor at the end of my road, and we live on a dirt road here, or gravel road here in North Carolina. Let's see here. How's it going, Mr. Stoney Ridge Farm? Hey, Tina, David, good to see all you guys. My favorite farm channel. Thank you, North Carolina Mini Farm. Thanks a lot. I've been putting many categories here lately. So recently I took a trip down to San Antonio, Texas. I took you guys on live stream around the farm show there. And I was there with Minnesota Millennial Farmer, or known as Millennial Farmer now. And the Welker boys, Tony Fast with Fast Ag Montana, Meredith, who lives this farm wife, or that farm wife. I always forget. Sorry, Meredith. She doesn't watch my channel anyway. I don't think. Maybe she does. Guys, go over and check out this farm wife. It's either this farm wife or that farm wife. Tell her Stoney Ridge sent you. She's a local gal, and we'll be visiting her pretty soon. They're dealing with a lot of floods down where she lives. She's about 45 minutes east of us. How's the garden, says Cajun Living. And that Fix-It guy's in the house. George Burns in the house. Good to see you, George. Hopefully the YMCA is going to be opening up soon because Mrs. Stoney Ridge is wanting to get her workout on. Let's see if we can fix this hat while we're all in here because we have some abnormal bends because the hat has been stuffed in the... What we got here? Is that it? Ooh, right on. So Mrs. Stoney Ridge is wanting to get back in the gym and get her workout on. So yesterday, I had her out in the garden working the hoe. And she was working the hoe and she's like, oh, my arms are killing me. I was like, yep, you can get farm fit. Ridge Life, $5 super chat, says, big follower for a long time, love Stoney Ridge Farm, and all of us at Ridge Life learn so much from you. Thanks so much, man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. That's going to help pay the $130 an hour that we're paying to get this work done. So there's a lot of work going on. Again, I'm going to take you guys around. We're going to wait till we get about 300 people in here before we start wandering around and showing you what's going on. We've been live for about 6 minutes. My goal is a 35-minute live stream tonight. So if you got anything to say, get it in. For some reason, I'm only seeing... I see snippets of comments, but if a super chat comes through, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or what, but I see it. Noah, Mrs. Stoney Ridge is at work right now. I've been working all day. I've been out here mowing and getting prepped for what's going on here and editing videos for the weekend. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, I kind of have a distinct pattern. I like to do Tool Tuesday once in a while and Wednesday night live stream. Thursday night or Thursday, we'll release a video. I think I'm going to release them earlier in the day now. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes Tuesday. It's good stuff. 298 people. I guess when 300 people get in here, let's do it on likes. When 200 likes come across there, that's when we'll walk around and take a look at all the cool stuff going on around us. What is this? What is Land Shark? Well, this is Lane, so it's different. Land Shark is a beer, and this is not Land Shark, but I'll give you two guesses what that is. Maybe that should be a giveaway question. It should be a giveaway question, huh? How about a super clean giveaway if you can guess what kind of... Well, this is Allstate. Is this an Allstate beer? You tell me what kind of beer it is. First right answer gets a super clean giveaway. Super clean prize pack. Right? Redding area of California. Sold off. Bud Light. Trey Preeman. Trey was the first guy to say it. Trey. Go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. Shoot me an email. Let's just give it away one to the second guy, too. How about that? Trey and S. Purcell. You've been here for a while, S. Purcell. A long-time fan. You just won, too. Go to StoneyRidgeFarmer.com. Shoot me an email. Tell me you won a Super Clean prize pack, and we'll get it over to you. I'll shoot your email over to Super Clean. They're great people. They are out of Minnesota, so prayers definitely needed for them. They're out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, so they're only a little ways from ground zero of all this stuff that's going on right now in our country. So just saw a super chat. Lazy Pond Farm. I beat them both. I'm sorry, but what you see in here, what I see and what you see might be different. So I'm going off of what I see first. So that's the rules. That's how the game's played. You might see yourself first, but I don't. So let's see. It's bad beer. It is bad beer. It's water beer. It's good. It's been a long day, man. I'm trying to take a little bit of a load off. The sun's setting. The moon is over here. It's just beautiful. So we're at 177 likes. If we can get that up to 200, we're going to walk around a little bit, talk about what's going on. That's nice. That's very refreshing. Man, there's nothing like a cold adult beverage after you get off the tractor mowing in the heat. It was 91 degrees today. Ooh, not ready for that. Not at all, but summertime's here. 198, I'm reaching for it. All right. Hydrate. Spam like. My live chat isn't streaming. Well, it ought to be streaming because you just left the live chat. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. I got you on the tripod now. Let's pop you off. There. Hey. So let's talk about what's going on here. What you didn't know, what was behind you. See, here's my setup. This is a big fancy setup for big fancy YouTuber, right? Tripod setup here. And this is what's going on behind you. That is a big pile of debris, a huge pile of debris. We're going to walk out here. That's blocking our view just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this fairly clearly. So, more piles of debris are up here. We've been clearing land for 3 days now. Frank's been over here clearing land, and we've got approximately a 2.5 to 3 acre section cleared off right here. These are windrows of stumps. This area right here goes clear up, and you probably can't see it because it's not clear. It's almost a half a mile up to the top of that hill right there. We are clearing a huge swath of land right here, and there's going to be a lot of fun videos to come. We're going to show you how you take rough looking scrubby land like that was a cutover where we cut the trees, and we're going to clear it, and we're going to smooth it out like a golf course, and then we're going to drill down grass seed. So we've got some cool products coming. We ordered a Woods Precision Seeder, and that should be here pretty soon. We also ordered a backhoe attachment for our John Deere tractor. So we're taking this money that we made from cutting our timber, and we're putting it back in the land. So this will be pasture. This will be pasture land or hay land for our cattle to rotationally graze. Our house is directly through those woods. Those woods won't be there probably in 5 years. There will be about a 5-acre pond right there. And there's already another pond up at the top of the hill, and we're going to build that up too. So it'll be about an acre pond up there, and there'll be about a 5-acre pond here. We've got so much water. How much an hour, says Fabrication Ranch? We're looking at about $130 an hour. And that's about the going rate down here. Now, I may be able to talk him into a sweeter deal because he's kind of a friend, and he's done a lot of work here. So it's really cool. Let's go over here and give you a little close-up of what's in these brush piles so you guys know. And there's going to be a wealth of great information coming out of this from the YouTube channel for you guys to learn what it takes to clear land and what it takes to build something like this. So it takes work, and it takes time, and it takes money, and we're going to show you the easiest way to do it so you don't have to struggle the way I did when we first did this. So if you look back here behind me, see these big stumps right here? Those big stumps are all over the place. We waited 2 years. There's a monster stump right here, and this is a big old, that's a big old oak stump right there. Look at that. That's a big stump right there. That tree was probably, I'm going to say from through the middle, it was probably 20 inches, something like that. So almost a 2-foot round tree. So that's what is going on here. We're rolling up all this stuff, and I'm very nervous because this is a big, big hillside. Again, about a half a mile. So we've got to think about washing. We have to think about erosion. If there were a 10 inches of rain to fall on this land right now, that's what these windrows are here for, okay? They're here to slow the water down, okay? And I don't want to remove those windrows until I have the equipment here and the grass seed here to get this like held down. In other words, I need to establish some forage down on, or some green material down on this land. And I'm sure we'll have some erosion, but we certainly don't want a half a mile of mud coming off this hillside and going right to our gravel road that we have to drive through to live. So we don't want that. That's what's going on. Let's go over and look at the equipment. I know a lot of you guys are equipment junkies, so let's go look over at the Caterpillar 953C. This is a Cat 953C. I think it's a circa 2010 model. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys that know heavy equipment. From All Fanatic in the house, thank you. Arsing, thank you, says I'm the best YouTuber. Why not grind the stumps and make compost? Okay, let's talk about that. So everybody said, what, you gotta grind those stumps. Let me tell you something about grinding stumps like this, man. You see this stuff on TV, right? You see these huge machines that come in here and grind these stumps. There's rocks in there. There's dirt in there. There's stumps in there. it takes a 3 or 4, maybe a $10 million piece of equipment to run over and chop up those stumps versus hiring a dump truck to load it up in, take it over and put it in a hole. That's why I'm not going to pay $40,000 to grind up a bunch of stumps and make some biologic material when we've got topsoil here. We have real topsoil here. So it's cost prohibitive. That's why you can't just magically grind up stumps. I want to pose this challenge for anybody who's asking that question. And I think Al Lumna had somebody come and grind up all of his stumps, okay? He cleared 5 acres or so, 5, maybe 10 acres. This is huge, man. This is a huge project. This is 3, 4, 5, 10 times as big as what other people you might have seen using that expensive equipment. And I don't have a stump grinding sponsor. I'm sorry, I just don't have it. I don't have a Caterpillar 953 sponsor. I just have Josh, and we got to pay for this. So it's much, much cheaper to hire this guy and a dump truck to take this material and dump it over and build out a hole. So we'll fill in a hole and we'll cover it up with about 4 or 5 feet of dirt, and we'll have more usable pasture. So that's what's up. That's the Kubota X1140 from Rocky Mount Tractor. Big shout out to Rocky Mount Tractor. Guys, we love the Kubota. It's been an awesome, indispensable tool on the farm. So here we are, Caterpillar 950? No, yep, 953. My stepdad's got a 963. That's why I keep looking at it. So Frank is running this machine. He's been over here running this machine. I think we're on about hour number 18 or 20, something like that. He first cut a row, and you're going to get a lot of footage of this on the channel. So over the next few days or few weeks, this is going to be the major project that's going on back here behind us. But Frank's been over here running this loader for 3 days now. 3 days, something like that. And it's doing a fantastic job. If you're not following us on Instagram, jump in and follow us on Instagram. We'll have some Instagram posts of this thing at work. It's not exciting. I'll tell you that. It's not very exciting to watch this machine push up stumps. It is exciting to watch it push trees down like a big old dinosaur, like pushing its way through, but that's not what we have. I'm sorry. So, hey, you should do a collaboration with Good Works Tractor. I don't know who Good Works Tractor is. I do not know who they are. You know what? I'll tell you this. So I've done a lot of collaboration videos. I'm gonna set you down and get back over here where my adult beverage is. So I've done a lot of collaboration videos. We traveled around the country. We drove 8,500 miles, and we've done our community thing. We've got a couple of YouTubers here in North Carolina that are in the homestead category that don't want us at their place, and that's fine. That's cool too. I guess they don't want us there because they haven't invited us there. I've invited them here, but man, how to say this? I do what I can for the community, and I believe in this community. I believe in you guys, and I believe in what this represents. And this represents real world, real life, and real struggles, and what really happens and what it really takes to build a first generation farm. So I think we were talking about earlier that I went to a farm show, and a lot of those guys, the Welker Farms guys, were there. Leg Arms was there, if you guys know who that is. And Millennial Farmer, and all these guys. I'm not a big row crop farmer. I'm just not farming 50,000 acres with a $300,000 shiny brand new tractor. I'm not doing that. But we are taking our life savings and all of our hard work, and we're putting it into our land. And I think it's something that's admirable, and I don't think that many people on this earth are doing what we're doing here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. And I think it's unique and fun and interesting, and I hope you guys like it. That being said, that's why we were talking community, and I think it's important for me to share the triumphs and to share the things that we didn't do right here on the YouTube channel. So I will do collaborations with any other YouTuber, but I'll tell you this, I have only been reached out to in the almost 4 years that I've been doing YouTube videos. I've only been reached out to by 3 other YouTubers. 2 of them didn't show. No, 4 other YouTubers. 2 of them didn't show and 2 of them did. So, make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Tony Smith, what? Oh my God. What? Here's some diesel money. Good work. Thanks, man. Thank you, Tony. And then there was another super chat up here. I'm in Sanford, LOL. What's going on? Drive on over. I'll take you fishing. Man, I ain't got time to go fishing. And Tony Smith, I want to thank you again, man. That's so nice of you. You really don't have to do that. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. That's just awesome. You just paid for an hour's worth of work out here. Almost an hour. Yeah, everybody congratulate Tony. So what about a prize for a day with Josh on the farm, says Todd Miller. You wouldn't want to be here for a day with Josh on the farm would be fun. That would be fun. I would beg to say that if you came and spent a day with me out here on the farm, you'd understand the amount of work and time that goes into what we do. There's just such a huge amount of work and time that goes into these monumental projects that we have going on. So me and Mrs. Stoney Ridge, our budget for this project right here is around $12,000 for land clearing, and I think we'll probably be about $4,500 a week. So I think that's going to be good. $12,000. That includes grass seed, that includes diesel fuel, that includes everything that we have to do in order to get this place from stumps and nasty back to awesome and nice. So we're going to go over budget. We're going to go over budget, I'm sure. But again, Wes did leave you hanging last year. I was hoping, oh yeah, Wes. So One Lonely Farmer, he's in North Carolina right now, and I've thought about just texting Wes and just going down there. So Wes, if you're in here, One Lonely Farmer, me and him have kind of lost touch for the last few months, but I'm back watching his videos. I think he's back watching my videos. We're both really, really busy. Wes is cutting thousands and thousands of acres of hay and straw and baling hay and straw. So we do need to sneak down to eastern North Carolina. Wes is probably 3.5 hours from us. But at some point, we're going to go back up there to Jersey. We might go down and see him down in North Carolina. But at some point, we're going to go back up to Jersey. We'll see him again, and we're going to go visit. I want to go visit Lumna Acres, and I want to go visit my boys down in Oklahoma, Arms Family Homestead, and Keeping It Dutch. I want to go see those guys again, and I also want to go see Mike Morgan. So I want to get Mike to teach me how to use the sawmill. I think that'd be cool. What does this say? Having people there might be a liability if someone got hurt. Well, we wouldn't put people in a place where they would get hurt, for sure. And we have waivers for the farm. That's another reason why, people have asked, can we come to the farm? I get that email probably 4 times a week. Hey, we're driving through North Carolina. We want to come by the farm and see what you got going on. And man, I'm sorry. I just can't entertain it right now. It's only me here. And Mrs. Stoney Ridge is here on and off. She's in and out of the hospital working. So it's only me here all the time, and I am busy, man, really busy. So when somebody comes by, it takes about 3.5 hours to show somebody around the farm. My dad just left. That was pretty awesome. He came by here to visit me, and we took a look at all what's going on around here. It was good to see Grandpa Stoney Ridge. I would love to come there for a day and work, says Philip. Do you still have your John Deere Zero Turn? No, Kevin. I sold the John Deere Zero Turn. So we were Zero Turn poor for a while. I bought the John Deere Zero Turn probably 4 years ago. Used it, mowed with it, everything. We were Zero Turn poor for a little bit. So we have the Swisher Zero Turn, and that's what we used to mow the yard. And the Ventrac, which also we used to mow the yard and to mow around the farm here. There's Mikey Morgan. Sawmill lessons. Yep, there you go. Guys, let's finish the Zero Turn conversation. So we sold the John Deere and we donated the Cub Cadet. There's no use in having all this stuff, okay? If my feeling, and Mike probably will agree with me, Mike Morgan at Outdoors with the Morgans, I think it's your duty as a person that's successful it's your duty to share. I think it's your duty to share back with your community, and that's why we donated the zero-turn mower to the Shiloh Fire Department here. If you don't follow us on Facebook, go over and follow us on Facebook. There's a Stoney Ridge Farmer channel and a Stoney Ridge Farmer group. There'll be a flyer posted in case you guys want to get in on that raffle. It's not an online raffle. It's a mail-in raffle deal. But if you want to get in on that raffle and donate to the Shiloh Fire Department, I'm going to buy a bunch of tickets. And if I win it, I guess Mom's going to get a zero-turn. Somebody's getting a zero-turn. Maybe we'll do a zero-turn giveaway on the channel. I don't know. A scholarship. Zero-turn scholarship. But anyway, let's talk about Mike Morgan and Outdoors with the Morgans. Again, guys, if you're not following those guys, Outdoors with the Morgans, they're good people. They're just great people, and that's why I watch them. The content's great, and they're just good people. So hopefully we can get up there with Mike and see the Mike and the family and the dogs and all that stuff. We're just two families that are separated by about 700 miles, maybe 500. Let's see. That Fix-It guy says he'll sub right now. Yeah, check out that Fix-It guy too, man. He's a buddy. He's an Air Force buddy of mine. So, so many super chats. There was a super chat that went by and I missed it. It was Mike. Mike, thank you for the $20 super chat, brother. Thank you so much. So, we're at 26 minutes. How's the neighbor drama? That hasn't been going on for a year. We haven't had much drama. I will tell you, the neighbor, maybe he just is really into his own property, and I understand that. I guess I don't want anybody down here treading on me, but he's put rocks in front of the mailbox to keep the mail lady from driving through his yard because it's tearing his yard up. I mean, you live in the country, and there's a hole dug in his driveway, like 3 foot, 2 foot deep hole dug right in the middle of his driveway. But he's fussing about the mail lady? I don't get that. I just don't get it. So, I don't know. You and Tractor Time with Tim should make another video, says Lucas. Yeah, I go over on Tim's channel and leave comments and stuff like that and say hello. I think so too. I think we'll probably revisit Tractor Time with Tim at some point. For sure. He's gotten, I believe he has a nice sponsorship or a deal worked out with John Deere, which is really cool. Good for him. Good on him. For sure. We have a deal in the works. You know, all these farmer guys are getting deals, like Millennial Farmer has Case and Case IH, and Welker Farms has Case IH. I think Millennial Farmer has John Deere also. You know, Mike is working with Kubota, I think, and I'm working with Josh's wallet. So, but we're in the works right now. We're talking with a wonderful tractor company, and we're still working through all this, what we can do, and what we'll probably end up doing is getting a low-cost lease on a awesome tractor. His mailbox is in the county right away. Says rusted 12 valve. Dude, don't even get me started, man. I don't know what in the world's going on with all that. I have no control over anyone else other than myself, obviously. Do a video on, what is this? I just lost that comment. Where did it go? Thomas Robinson, firefighters are heroes. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, buddy. Some people are miserable. Yeah, they are. How much did you buy your land for in North Carolina? Let's talk about land in North Carolina. Depending on where you go, if you're in a rural area, you might pay as little as $1,800 an acre. I'll tell you that land around here goes from $2,500 to $5,500 an acre for farmland. We paid less than that. We bought a scrubby briar patch. We bought a disaster. We bought a mess, and it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't think Mrs. Stoney Ridge really saw the vision that I saw. But I think once we started clearing off some land and getting some pastures established, I think Mrs. Stoney Ridge came on board pretty quick. When we sit on our front porch, there's just no place on earth that I'd rather be. I do like sitting out on the beach and watching the sunrise or watching the waves crash. But I tell you, there's just no place I'd rather be than sitting here right now with you guys talking and looking at a big pile of stumps. There's just no place better. How did you move your mobile home to its location? Mark J. So Mark, if you buy, hold on, T, that was purely to keep my vocalization, fresh. So when you buy a mobile home, so our home is a 1990 mobile home. We paid $3,500, $3,500 for our home. It was in shambles. What you do is you hire a mobile home moving company, and they get a permit from the county, and or you get a permit from the county and give it to them, and then they move your mobile home. So that's how it works. And they come, they take down the old mobile home, they jack it up, pull all the blocks out from under it, and put axles under it if it needs it, and take it to the new place, and they set it back up, level it, dig down in, and install everything again. So that's how the mobile home thing works. So what about those giant pond turtles? You said you'd catch one. Yeah, we'll catch one day. You getting any cicadas? Nope, no cicadas. We are at $10,000 to $15,000 an acre in North Georgia. I mean, the closer you get to an urban area, the more you're going to pay for land. So a half hour south from us is $10,000 an acre. Where we are, I've seen land sell for upwards of $5,500 an acre, something like that. And it just depends on what you buy and what you do and what work you're willing to put into it. I am proof positive that you can buy a dump of a piece of property and have a vision and make that vision come true. So all it takes is more money. Any new updates on the farm? Connor, where you been, man? Thumbs up, Josh, for doing awesome lives. How's the garden? Jared, I think you asked that earlier. The garden's doing okay. We got 9.5 inches of rain last week, and on top of that, we got 2 more inches like 3 days after that, and then another 1.5 inches. So it filled a 5-gallon bucket full of water just from falling from the sky. That's how much rain we had. Water was running through the garden like a river. I'm itching because I've got hay or whatever in my beard. So the garden's doing good. Do you have any bank loans for land improvement? Says Shane. Shane, we're doing it as we can afford it. So we cut the timber, we took the money from the timber, we banked it up, saved it up, and we're using it to replenish and rebuild the land. So we don't have any bank loans. If you got to get a loan to fix up your property, maybe once would be okay if this is your place and this is where you're going to be forever. But really, we're trying to do this and not go into debt, okay? That's the entire goal. Now, obviously, we had to go into debt to buy the land, and we'll probably have to go into debt to build our house, unless I can build it with the wood miser. That would be cool. Denise says you're a cool guy, Josh. Thank you. I'm blushing. We just got a downpour. We needed it, though. Stoney Ridge Farmer. Expensive land here in California. California has some beautiful, beautiful places, and California has some... I just don't know if I could handle the politics of living in California. I've got an ex-girlfriend from 20 years ago that lives in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and I visited not her but some friends that lived out there probably 15 years ago, something like that. Yeah, getting old, and it's not for me, man. It's not for me. When I'm driving down the road and I see somebody smoking what clearly is a blunt, which is a cigar wrapped with, I mean, you could smell it out. Like I was behind them and I could smell weed while I was driving. That's not the way I want to live. I don't want to live in fear of that. So I prefer just being out in the country and being on my own. That's what I prefer, and having 400,000 people follow the channel. By the way, I think since last live stream, I think we did trip the 400,000 mark, man. Holy cow, 400,000 followers. That is just so flattering and so awesome. I can't say enough. It really is flattering. It's just something super special. Are you planning on raising pigs, Abraham? Yes, sir. So I got reinvigorated. If you guys didn't see the video with Joel Salatin last week up at Polyface Farm, he's only about 3 hours away from us. Yeah, that was reinvigorated. The need for pigs was reinvigorated. last week, and we'll be fencing an area in behind the house with some high tensile. I studied up on what Joel had his whole setup in the woods there, and we will have pigs. But one thing at a time, because I'm only one guy, you know. Let's see here. In Colorado, we have the perfect mix of weed and country, but California is gonna moving here. Yeah, everybody on the West Coast thinks that everybody from California keeps moving here and messing up our place. Well, let me tell you what, man. You ain't no cowboy. I mean, you're living in Colorado. I very seriously doubt that you're a cowboy living in Colorado. So you had to come from somewhere too, man. Colorado is a beautiful, beautiful place. But there's some politics in Colorado that aren't my cup of tea. I'm sorry. And that's just it. That's just it. So, and maybe those politics have pulled over from, I don't know. I'm trying not to mix poultry and politics again. Farm All Fanatics, Super Chat, thank you for changing the subject. I met you via Dutch. I told Dutch, I sang his intro song and he jumped. Haha. We have 500 acre dairy farm with 400 dairy cows and 500 cows with all the bulls and calves. Okay, cool, Connor. What is better, a forestry mulcher or a bulldozer to clear land? Well, if you got gullies, a forestry mulcher ain't going to do you no good. If you got stumps that are this big around, the forestry mulcher isn't going to do you any good. If you got a big old oak stump, you can't mulch it with a forestry mulcher. Not a typical forestry mulcher, maybe one of those gigantic rigs. But what we have to do here is we've got to get all the sticks and all the twigs and all the stumps up out of the ground, because if you don't do that, in 15 or 20 years, they're going to rot and there's going to be holes everywhere. So that's what we're doing. We had to pluck them all up and stir the dirt around and get those holes filled in and compacted, and then we'll come in here and smooth it out and seed it. So you're going to see the whole process for sure. There's a reason why a forestry mulcher couldn't clear this 3 acres for the price that we've already done. So we had a forestry mulcher out here. It cost about $1,500 to $2,000 a day, something like that. And we cleaned up our creek sides with the forestry mulcher, and it looks great. It did great. The grass did great. However, you can't do that when you've got gullies and stuff to fix. So this farm's a gully wash disaster, man. It was just a rocky gully wash disaster with scrubby little trees that were cut over everybody for the last probably 100 years. Whenever a tree got big enough to cut for lumber, they came in, they cut it, hauled it off to the sawmill, and got that little piece of money. So, which part of your place are you having cleared? Says Scott Larimore. Okay, so Scott, you've been to the house. Scott is with Swisher. Scott, hold on, let's change hats. There you go, Scott. So, Scott, we are, if you're at the house where we were mowing with the Swisher mower, if you're at the house looking out the front door, we're to the far left of the property, okay? So down the road past our house, okay? One hill over. I love the video with the tree planting crew. Yeah, so you cannot use a moldboard plow on land that you forestry mulch. I'm not plowing. This is all pasture. Our land is really rocky, and this is not going to be a row crop farm. I'm just not interested in that at all. To me, I want a family farm. I want the old-fashioned, the old-timey family farm, dude. I want to raise my family's food. I want to raise food for other families. I want basically what Polyface is with Joel Salatin. I want to have hogs. I want to have cows. I want to have chickens. I want livestock, animals on our farm, and vegetables to feed us. So that's what the goal with the farm is. It's not to have a row crop farm, and in no way does that turn me on. It doesn't do anything for me to drive through a field and plow up and plant beans. It's just not, I mean, it's fun, I guess, but that to me, growing up here I grew up in Southwest Virginia, and I'm 5 minutes from Virginia. That to me was not a family farm. We don't have thousands and thousands of acres of row crops, and I'm not getting government subsidies to grow row crops. It's more politics, isn't it? I want to start a family farm. That's what we're doing here. We're not starting a row crop farm. We're starting a family farm. So, dude, did you ever fix the Batwing mower? Nope. And me and Dad were talking about that. Me and Dad were talking about the Batwing. He's like, "Yeah, still ain't got that fixed, have you?" So it's on the docket, man. It's on the list of things to fix. But right now, we're not mowing. The cows are mowing. So I mowed out in front of the house. That's about, it's probably 4 acres or so. I mowed that, but yeah. Ralph's trucking $4.99 for grass seed. Thanks, Ralph. I appreciate it, man. $4.99 for grass seed. You bought how much did you buy? You bought 10 pounds of grass seed. Awesome. Let's see here. I'm having to reach and touch the phone in order to see your comments, guys. So that's what's up. Haven't got to watch a channel in a while. Just curious when popcorn might be back. Says in the sticks. Popcorn will be back as soon as I can get on popcorn. Popcorn is not the priority. However, room in the shop is the priority. So popcorn will be coming back. I've got to service every tractor on the farm. I have to get every tractor on the farm all serviced up so that I can start making a mess in the shop with my Willis Jeep. And if popcorn was ready, we would be in popcorn right now riding around. I can't wait to run all over the farm in that. We've also been looking for a Model A Ford pickup. I've had the itch for a Model A Ford pickup for a long time. Mark J, $2 super chat. Who loves these long days? I love these long days for sure. We are growing chickens and building a coop. Any more fruit trees being planted? MPH 44. No, and actually where our fruit trees are, our current orchard, we haven't really gotten any fruit out of our trees. They've been planted for 5 years now. This year we should get some fruit, but we're actually going to be sacrificing a row of fruit trees to build fence. Bugs are everywhere right now. Can we have movie night with popcorn? That would be fun. Those AA pickups, Model A pickups, yeah. How much land do you have at the farm? Kyle. So Kyle, we are down to 150 acres. We were at 200 acres. We bought some land that was across the blacktop road from us, and I just found myself worrying about it, stressing about it, and finally we bought an adjoining lot, and we ended up splitting it and selling it to 2 people that were just great people. We've met those folks. So I might still be mowing the field out there, but we don't own it. And out of the 50, it was probably 50-ish acres. There was only about 3 acres of field, and the rest of it was all wooded and hills and hollers, and it wasn't really what we needed. So, and I was absolutely overwhelmed. When is the butcher day for the meat birds? So meat birds are about 4 weeks old now. Time out. And so we're probably, I don't think 6 weeks is going to cut it. Our meat birds are getting more exercise. They're moving around. They're doing more than the sedentary type meat bird that wouldn't be moving around. And we'll do a video again on those pretty soon. So process day is probably going to be about a month out. So we're in the 1st of June now. So probably the first week in July. Another super chat. Aaron C, $5 super chat. Love your content and had to check out your live stream. Well, welcome to the live stream. Justin Thurman, another $5 super chat. Love the channel. Would love to see a Kubota tractor on the farm, says Justin. Somebody else says something. Pretty soon you'll need a Wrangler Star toupee. I don't, look at that. I'm proud of that right there, man. That's testosterone. I don't think I'll need a Wrangler Star toupee. I hope I don't. Everybody picks on Wrangler Star for his hair. And he picks on East Coast people like, we can't handle a big chainsaw. We're East Coasters. Enough. Enough. I like Cody. Cody helped me out in the past, and we've spoken several times. We were unable to make it work to go out and visit Cody this last time, but last time we did a road trip around the country. But maybe sometime soon we'll be able to get together with Mr. Wrangler Star for sure. Wisdom, brother. Brian Meatley, thank you so much, Brian. Brian sent a care package out to the farm, And I really appreciate that care package, buddy. I actually used your adjustable wrench yesterday. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Tools are always welcome. Thank you. How about the shop? When is it coming? Says David. Dude, David, and I see the question about the timber, Abraham, and I'll answer that too. The shop is probably 6 to 7 months out. I would say at least 6 to 7 months out. The thing is I don't want to look out my front door and see a big old ugly shop building. I want to look out my front door and see a big old pretty shop building. Our equipment and everything will be stored there. I want it to be in a centralized location on the farm that is secure, that people won't be able to just walk in. So we've got to figure out where in the holy heck we're going to put our shop. And I want it to be nice and neat and be able to accommodate people, so you guys can come to the farm and you can stay in a log cabin back here in the woods and you can see this place for real, and you can come to classes that we'll hold in the shop. So that takes a lot of planning and a lot of thought, and I'm embarking on a lot of journeys here. So I'll keep you posted, I promise. So Abraham asked, how much per acre did we get for our timber? It averaged between $400 and $600 per acre for our timber. Timber prices are down, and we just had a lot of scrubby timber. I mean, stuff that's like this big, it goes in the chipper, and the chipped wood, it goes for biofuel, and we're very happy and pleased that none of it went to waste. It all went to biofuel, but we don't get a dime when it goes to biofuel. It goes all the way up about 2.5 hours north of here, and one truckload of biofuel goes for somewhere in the neighborhood of $400. So that's a semi tractor trailer load. You think about it, if you're paying a truck driver to drive your truck plus fuel plus wear and tear, whew, I don't see how they make any money. I mean, so the chips are given to us, are given away. Brian Meatley, $10 super chat. Thanks, Brian, just because we love you, bud. Thanks, man. Are you going with steel or a pole building? Says Bubba. Bubba, I don't know, man. I really don't know. It'll most likely be a pole building, but we've gotten some quotes on steel buildings, and the steel building, similar to our garage with a 20-foot tall, I'll just tell you what the quote was. It was about $72,000. That's constructed. 72 grand. That's not insulated. That is not... There's no electrical involved in that. There's no plumbing involved in that. There's no concrete involved in that. So we're looking at probably $100,000, and I can get a stick-built pole barn done for around $100,000 too. So we've had some quotes. It depends on how much legwork I want to do on my own. Okay. And is this going to be a farm building, an agricultural building, or is this going to be a building that's going to be inspected and all that stuff? So there's a lot of questions and a lot of stuff up in the air about that. And it's a huge pill to swallow. So Mrs. Stoney Ridge needs a house. Mr. and Mrs. Stoney Ridge, some point in their lives, I'm 42, she's 33. We got to have some kids, man, because I don't want to be 60 years old bending over picking up little babies. Not maybe grandbabies, but that ain't happening. Well, I guess it could. Are you going to have paid in-depth butchering classes or just basic butchering, says Roger. Dude, you'll be able to get a lot of information just right off of YouTube with what we do with butchering and how we do stuff. So I don't see that I could charge somebody to come here, and unless like you came and you participated and we showed you how we did it and you left with a piece of meat, that would be the only way to do it fairly, I would say. Like come to the farm and you pay a fee and you leave out of here as you get some hands-on training and you take home 2 chickens. But there's some insurance and all that stuff that has to be drawn out. Lawyers have to get into everything. T-minus 45 seconds and we're going to roll out of here. So if you wanted to get a super chat in, you got 45 seconds to make that happen, okay? If you have any questions, you got 45 seconds to get those questions out. Getting text in. Pity we don't have that much timber left to chip anymore as we burn it all. Okay. Do a comparison between your John Deere Gator and the Kubota. I planned on doing that. There is no comparison, really. This is a totally different machine than the John Deere Gator. We use the Gator. We still use the Gator on the farm. I was going to sell the Gator and keep the Cub Cadet. However, the person that came to buy the Gator bought the Cub Cadet. he fell in love with the Cub Cadet, so we sold him the Cub Cadet, and I think the Gator is going to be great. It has a bigger bed than the Cub Cadet, so but it's not apples to apples. Since we got a 4-seater, we got a diesel, we got a bigger bed, and this thing costs less than the John Deere Gator. So I know which one I like the best. I know which one I like the best for zipping around the farm and going fast, and I know which one I like the best for putting around the farm and getting work done. So, folks are leaving. What's your favorite bit of the farm? Waterfall's pretty. Aaron C., $5 super chat. Really enjoyed the stream. Everybody, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream today. I hope you all had a good time. Thank you all so much for coming. If you're not subscribed, jump in, pound the like button, subscribe to the channel. 497 people in here, 412 likes. Let's try to get it up to 500 likes. That would be awesome. I sound like a Farmall fanatic right now. Getting a Honda Pioneer soon. Honda Pioneer is a great machine. We didn't go with a Honda because you couldn't fit a round bale in the back of it. Yeah, everybody pound that like. Oh, we're getting up there. We might get to 500 likes. Farmall says subscribe and like. Now, I do have a dream. I do have a dream. Everybody, mark my words on this dream. I want a simple, funny water fountain in front of my house with a circle drive, and I want that little kid that's peeing in my water fountain. There's like a concrete, you guys have seen it. I think it was on Caddyshack or something. Caddyshack? Mr. Bean movie. I just want to, I want one of those concrete kids that are peeing out in my front yard. I think it's funny. Well, guys, 490 likes. We hit 500. I think we're going to bounce out of here. There's 478 people. Thank you all so much for coming into the live stream tonight. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Let's get one more look at what all is going on back here. If you're joining us late, you missed out. We walked you around and showed you a bunch of stumps and piles of debris. More piles of debris right back here. All kinds of stuff going on here on the farm. Lots of videos coming soon. Got a fun video coming out tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Everybody be there. We checked out a flail mower and we did a little bit of a review. I was curious about a flail mower, so we got one on the farm and we mowed with it, and it was awesome. So one more super chat. Abraham, thank you. $10 super chat. Right on. Guys, thanks a lot. 505 likes, 502 people in here. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. If you're just getting here, go back and watch the live stream. It's a good time. It's good fun. Thanks, guys. You can listen to it like a podcast. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. All right? Woo! Mrs. Stoney Ridge, if you're watching, hello. Stop watching your phone at work. See you guys. Thanks a lot.